Hi guys, Mr. Pablo. So back with another video, and this time we are in the village called Folgueiras do Boiro, where we are about to start route PRAS 006. Well, the name of this route is Ruta de los Ancares, or Route of the Ancares. It's around 8 kilometers long, and it's about 8 kilometers are around 5 miles, give or take. And I was just told by a local that parts of the route are blocked because of snow that made some trees fall, blocking the path. So I'm going to give it a go, see if I can complete the whole route, and I will show you as much as I can of it. Well, this is the first route of this series that goes to the municipality of Ibias, which is a very or relatively remote place in Asturias. It's very wild in my opinion, and it's very beautiful, but it's not hugely populated, and is actually not so well known even for people that live in Asturias. And so I started this route, and I have to say I don't recommend you doing it because it's not an approved path anymore. The conditions are not very good. I'm not talking only about the trees that are blocking the path, but also because portions of the path are non-existent anymore, and it's very easy to get lost in this path. Even with the GPS system like I had, I nearly got lost in several occasions. Also to say that for me this route is one of the most difficult ones I did so far in the last few months, and it was partially because of the many trees that got the path blocked, and make it extremely difficult and energy draining to go through this path, but also because a few hours later it started pouring rain and the temperature dropped tremendously, and at which point I was extremely exhausted. I was really at that point I thought I was not going to make it for the day, and I will have to spend the night in the wilderness, something that I didn't really enjoy doing. And so at that point I started to walk in survival mode. I put my cameras in the backpack and everything tucked in there, and I focused exclusively into getting out of that path basically. So I completed the route and I went back to my car. It was a really hard day for me actually, and I recorded my experience in an audio file that you will be able to access if you go through my webpage. Check in the description section and I will point you to the right place. This is just an example of the lichen that is so common in this area. Something that I will end up doing quite a lot in this trail. If you see over there, I have to pass through all that, but that's not the end because it continues. I'll show you. It continues over there and further. Well, guess who had to go back and pick up the camera and the tripod? Yeah, you guessed well, me. Okay guys, I came all the way down there, crossed the river, and here I am. Well, what you see there is that kind of circular structure to the left of your screen. That's like a wall that is called cortin, and is used to protect the beehives from the attack of the bears. I'm going to show you in a second another example of those types of structures. And basically the beehives are stored inside that fortress, that walled structure, and you can access it through a ladder. Some of them have a door, but I'm going to show you a close-up look at that structure so you know how they look like. This is not from, it's from around that area, but it's none of those two we saw now. You see the beehives inside, right? So with that structure you avoid the bears, which have very sweet teeth, and there are brown bears in this area. You avoid them going there and destroying the beehives just to get the honey, and they are called cortins. Well, as you can see, things are getting a little bit more difficult. I just have to pass through that mess of branches. I will keep trying and trying and trying to get further, but I'm hoping I can get to the end of this. There is more coming, by the way. Look behind me. Over there. Anyway, at some point I thought I was getting lost. And the reason for that is because I found out later the map that I downloaded from you know where was either too old or inaccurate. But this time I was smart enough to have a backup map that I am using right now from somebody that did the route more recently. So hopefully I will not end up in the middle of nowhere as you saw before. But let's continue. So as I was saying before, I was following a map that was quite old, but I would like to ask a favor from you guys. All of you that are doing routes recently and have a GPS, a GPS device, it helps a lot if you distribute your route, your map, your GPX file of the route. For people that go behind you, will be able to not get lost or not getting lost, like I nearly did this time. So I am going to start doing that because I realized that many of the maps I'm using are either obsolete or inaccurate. So I don't think I can do it through my webpage, mrpabloso.com, but I will find a way. I'm starting to record them, and I will try to find a way either by sharing in Google Drive or something like that, so everybody will have the chance that at least to have the most recent map of the route. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue. That's possibly an abandoned cortine. And what you see there is a sign marking the path, which is actually the first one I saw since I started the trail.
Okay guys, after some climbing, crawling, falling, crawling back again, going through branches of trees, falling trees, jumping up and down, losing the track every now and again, etc., I am here. I think I passed the worst of it, I think, fingers crossed, but it's 1:30, so I'm going to stop, have a good lunch, have a short rest, and continue before it rains.
Well, I was obviously wrong. There were plenty of trees to go through, and as I said before, at some point it started pouring rain. It became extremely complicated to continue recording under the rain, and so I packed everything to the backpack and focused on survival mode. What you see now is a second visit to this particular trail where I completed the footage that I needed to cover the whole route. I'm just trying to keep this real, so I'm telling you what's going on here.
Oh dear.
Okay guys, as you can see, we are about to arrive to Pelliceira, which is where the village where the trail ends, and that means that we are about to finish the video. I hope you, oh, by the way, forgot to say, you still need to go back to where the car is parked. And so you have two options at this point. You can go back all the way back to where you started, following your traces back to the car. I wouldn't recommend that considering the circumstances. And that's about 7 kilometers, give or take, I don't know how many miles. And the option B, which is what I would recommend to you, is that you follow the road. That will be around 7-8 kilometers, but you will not get lost and it's very easy to walk back to the car. In any case, I just wanted to say goodbye. I hope you enjoy the content, and if you did, please do not forget to subscribe. And also, as usual, I hope life is giving you plenty of opportunities to smile, and if it doesn't, please keep fighting, as it is a matter of time. So until the next video, have a great day. There is one more thing that I forgot to mention, and I think it's quite important, and is, if you need water, there is at the end of this village, there is a fountain. Now I'm going to try to post the track of this route, so if I manage, please go to the description part of this video and have a look there, because there should be a file with the tracking of the route. So have a look there, because that will have probably the GPS position of that fountain, so you can actually get water before you start your journey back.